So this week I've been working on getting the spatial mapping to work. I'm using the HoloLens toolkit, and within this you can play around with stuff inside of Unity rather than having to export it to Visual Studio to run it in the HoloLens emulator. What it also has is a couple of tools for spatial mapping that will allow me to scan a mesh. So I've got a default mesh that I've loaded into the scene here, and you can traverse this terrain as if you were walking through a building, and it will scan all of the surfaces that are within the room that you're in, and it will add more and more meshes to the data as you go, as you can see within the hierarchy here. And once I've got enough, I can select to load a UI into the scene, just like this, and that UI will allow me to spawn certain things on the floor. However, what I'm going to be using is the raycasting abilities on the floor and other surfaces, so certain objects that the spatial mapping system detects as the floor, and then you've also got certain objects that are detected as platforms, and those objects are going to be useful for being able to place the timeline that we want to eventually load in. So next week I'll be looking at getting a timeline to be loaded in along a surface that can be chosen by a user, either through a button within Unity or through a gesture within the HoloLens emulator.